Welcome to another movie plot and enjoy the memories. Set in 19th century China, the invaluable foreigner Thaddeus is the only blacksmith available to his entire village. He wants a peaceful life, but the only way to make decent money in Jungle Village is to create weaponry for the many warring clans. The Wolf clan wield axes made of stone and have terrible manners when putting in their orders. The Lion clan uses various iron claws and, being the most imposing in the village, can afford to pay up front. While the Hyena clan has little biting javelins, though are slaughtered in the first few minutes of the film. Their chieftain has a meeting with the Lion clan's leader Gold Lion, where both put forward their strongest fighters. The lieutenant Bronze faces off against one of the hyenas, but the superior fighter easily rips the man's arms from their sockets. A foot soldier attempts to take out Gold Lion, but he's palmed into a kennel where hungry dogs wait to tear him apart. It causes an all-out brawl where the hyena are outmatched by the Lion clan's second-in-command Silver and his foot soldiers. Gold fights with their leader until eventually his lieutenant joins with his iron claws, shoving one into the hyena's neck. We return to the blacksmith talking about how he intends to use his money to purchase the freedom of his lover Lady Silk. She works at the Pink Blossom as an escort, which has become Thaddeus's only refuge around making the clan's weapons. One day the region's governor summons the Lion clan to his home as he needs their security to protect a large shipment of gold. He gives Gold Lion the mission, but his lieutenants have conspired with the governor's aide Poison Dagger against them. He assassinates Gold while the lieutenants pretend like they had nothing to do with it and put blame on another clan. Silver Lion becomes the clan's new leader and intends to steal the Emperor's gold when it arrives. The Lion clan begin killing all of their rivals, including the Wolf clan, whose leaders executed crying like a sheep in wolf's clothing. Elsewhere, Gold Lion's favorite son Zhenyi is about to receive the news of his father's murder. He tells his fiancée Chi-Chi that he's never going to leave her. Then when the news of Golden's death reaches him, he immediately grabs his suit of knives and sets off to seek revenge. Before he reaches the village, Zhenyi and his squire stop at an inn for refreshments where members of the Rodent clan try to kill him. Known to his enemies as X-Blade for his crazy-looking armor, it produces various knives that assist him in his battles. He kills all of Silver Lion's assassins and chases the last man into the forest where more of his rodent pals have laid a trap. They completely splay Zhenyi's body out, ready to execute him, but the suit fires blades from the collar and sleeves, killing the remaining men. The news of Gold spreads far to foreigners like the opium-addicted Jack Knife, who takes up residence in the Pink Blossom. The madam offers him all the women that he could want, but Jack chooses one who's already preoccupied with Crazy Hippo. Claiming to have killed 12 men, he feels disrespected and lashes out, but Jack runs him through with his signature weapon. It's a knife that rotates when a trigger's pulled and fires bullets when the other one is, but for some reason he doesn't call it a gun. While he's fooling around, the blacksmith arrives to spend time with Silk as he makes all his money to ensure that she doesn't have to pleasure any other men. On the way out, he passes the mercenary Brass Body, who's the last remaining member of Tiger Clan after he murdered all of the rest. He's been called to Jungle Village by Silver Lion, who, in light of the Rodent clan's failure to kill Zhenyi, needs someone who his blades will have no effect on. While camping near the village, the rightful leader is joined by Iron and Copper Lion, who were loyal supporters of Gold Lion and not of the current leader. They enter the village in the morning as the blacksmith meets with Silk and delivers the final payment needed to free her. She convinces him to stay for just another night while Zhenyi and his men spend hours waiting for their brother to show up, but he's too cowardly. Instead, a group of children bring them to Brass Body, who tears out the throat of Zhenyi's squire and tanks all of his shurikens with his hardened skin. He incapacitates the Lion siblings without any effort, leaving their leader all alone to defeat Brass, but he's unable to physically cause him harm. After getting thrown around and having his armor completely stripped, Brass is about to kill Zhenyi when Iron Lion regains his faculties. He uses his belt to sacrifice himself, bringing down a support beam and burying Brass beneath the heavy roof. Thaddeus hears the commotion from the Pink Blossom, and before the brass giant recovers, he rescues Zhenyi and hides him from the lions. The following day, the gold arrives at Jungle Village, being escorted by the two skilled warriors called the Gemini Twins. They put in an order at the Dragon Inn for a plate of the owner's famous Cantonese braised ribs while waiting to be greeted by Gold Lion. Instead, Silver and Bronze show up and push their way through the closed business to confront the Geminis about the treasure. They make themselves comfortable while trying to strong-arm the twins into handing over the gold, but they won't budge. A fight breaks out in which the siblings wield connecting blades that are rather useless as a weapon but allows them to sling around to traverse faster. Their soldiers fire crossbows from the balcony, killing multiple lion foot soldiers, while Silver shows his first real prowess in hand-to-hand combat. Using his sister's leg as a gun without blowing off her foot, the Geminis would probably win the battle if it weren't for Poison Dagger. With a single dart each, he kills both siblings and their entire clan, leaving the gold in the hands of the newly crowned Lion clan leader. Soon after, he gets dressed up by his girls and undercover Jack shows up to investigate the bloody crime scene. He learns from the Gemini's corpses that they were killed by the same assassin that scarred his face and were poisoned with mercury-tipped weapons. The innkeeper informs Jack that the only one in Jungle Village with any access to that kind of dangerous material's the blacksmith. When he's finally recovered, Thaddeus tells Zhenyi that he saved his life as penance for forging the weapon that killed his father. He asks the blacksmith to craft him a new bladed armor, so Thaddeus immediately gets to work, hoping that it'll be used to avenge Gold Lion. Hearing about his sharp new creation, the lions assume that the blacksmith's helping Zhenyi and torture him for his location. He refuses to tell them anything, so Brass cuts off both his arms and Silver orders him to be left for the rats to eat. Jack tails Thaddeus after learning about the mercury, and when the lions leave the forge he saves him from bleeding to death. While he recovers, Thaddeus tells Jack about his time as a slave in America who was emancipated by his master on his deathbed. The other white folk didn't like that very much, and when he accidentally killed one who refused to let him leave, Thaddeus became wanted. With the assistance of his loving mother, he fled from America on a boat that shipwrecked on the Chinese coast and was found by a group of monks. They trained him to channel his body's energy through the 12 vessels to perform superhuman feats like healing at a tremendous rate. With the help of the Englishman, the blacksmith crafts a pair of iron arms that he's able to control using his channeled energy and shatters anvils like they're made of chalk. Zhenyi recovers and hears from Lady Silk that the blacksmith's probably dead, but goes out to find him conspiring with Jack. They all want their own revenge on different members of the Lion clan, who are shown being led by the madam into a secret crypt beneath the pink blossom. She makes a deal to let Silver Lion hide the gold inside in return for a percentage, so it's sealed in a large sarcophagus that's raised into the rafters. The moment the madam leaves, though, Poison Dagger reveals that they're going to slaughter the women in the morning just for fun. The lion's theft prompts the governor to send his jackal troops, who are said to have Gatling guns with more bullets than China has rice. They're tasked with retrieving the gold at all costs, so Silver Lion's trapped their headquarters, but they already know that he's relocated it to the pink blossom. A nosy little bird overhears the gold's newest location and promises to show Jack the hidden entrance to get inside. That night the madam has her girls serve the clan, but gives them a pep talk beforehand about the winds of change that are almost upon them. With Thaddeus out of commission, Silk's made to serve Brass, and when all of the clan's worn out, Blossom signals for the girls to attack. They use blades in their mouth to slit all of their partners' throats and join Blossom as their own clan called the Black Widows. When Silk tries the same on Brass, his ability protects him and he beats her around the room to within an inch of her life. The rest of the lions are attacked by the Black Widows with their bladed sashes, while Blossom uses a fan with retractable knives that doubles as a boomerang. She faces down with the bronze lion in a fight that spans the entire room, but in the end he bests her at every turn. When he's about to land the finishing blow, Widows hold him back, allowing their boss to stick her fan into his neck. She's then distracted, saving a child from his iron claw, allowing Bronze to throw her own weapon into her back. The warriors die together as Zhenyi, Thaddeus and Jack arrive, only for the blacksmith to find his girl mortally wounded. The others are taken to the secret entrance where more lions stand guard, so Zhenyi takes care of them while Jack chases down Poison Dagger. He avoids all of the booby traps and shoots the end off Poison's blowgun while chasing him deeper into the tomb. When he eventually catches up to him, he uses a chain that's wrapped around his arm while Jack is knifed to have an evenly matched back and forth. Noticing the chain gets caught in a large gear, a vengeful Jack just lights a match off the assassin's fist and lets the mechanism slowly drag him. Poison's last words to Jack are that he'll see him again in hell when his own poison of opium consumes him before he's crushed to death by the gears. Meanwhile, the rightful leader of the Lion clan fights so quick that he turns the scene into slow motion and paints the air with their blood. He chases Silver through the tunnel, where he uses trickery to disorientate Zhenyi and lands a crushing blow to the back with a swinging log trap. About to kill him with a throwing knife, Zen tugs on a support rope and falling gold knocks the knife from Silver's hand. He then uses his own to trap his brother against a wall and cuts the rope, crushing him beneath the sarcophagus payload. When Silk dies in the blacksmith's arms, he joins the fight, killing nearly every lion he touches with a single punch from his iron fists. Brass' body gets restrained briefly by the Black Widows, but just shrugs them off before being confronted by Thaddeus. His fists prove capable of inflicting damage to Brass, so the two have a competitive fight until the remaining Tiger clan swings Thaddeus into the wall. About to be crushed beneath a log, the blacksmith notices that Brass's weak points are his energy vessels and shatters the log before targeting them. Landing the more devastating blows, he completely crushes Brass's torso and then finishes him off with a strike that creates a tornado and shatters him to pieces. As the jackal soldiers ready to destroy the pink blossom from outside, Jack prevents them in time, as he's an emissary sent by the emperor to protect his gold. Once it's all scraped up off Silver's body, the army depart the jungle village while Jack joins them after saying his goodbyes. Zhenyi tells the former weaponsmith that he's gained a brother in him, and with all of the clans now destroyed, Thaddeus decides to remain in the village to keep it safe. During the credits, Chi-Chi's shown writing a letter to her fiancé, but the messenger bird gets shot down by one of the bird clan. They kidnap her and keep her locked in a large, well-guarded bird cage inside the clan's tallest nest. Zhenyi returns to the jungle village to seek the blacksmith's help, who doesn't hesitate to join. And the movie ends.